Hey, stop scrolling. We made you a WRX video. It's Sunday, and you're driving your mom home from a nice ass brunch in your STI. You pass another WRX going the opposite direction. He waves. You wave. Your mom's like, "Do you know that young gentleman, honey?" Yeah, I kind of do. Little does your mom know that you're part of another family. You're part of the Subi Nation, baby. A nation birthed in the mountains of Sweden and the plains of Africa. One nation, under God, call and be thy name. And your mom looks at you and she's just like, "You passed our exit." Parents just don't understand. This is everything you need to know to get up to speed on the Subaru WRX. At its inception in the 1950s, Subaru focused on building small, people's cars with an emphasis on suiting the needs of post-war Japan. In the early 80s, they decided to expand their global image through motorsports, and their sport of choice, rally. It's a sport so badass that you can't even do it alone. You need a sidekick, you need a navigator, like Han Solo and Chewie in the Millennium Falcon, but you're not in a galaxy far, far away, you're in the fucking woods. You got dirt, you got snow, you got real ass roads, and there's a chance you might crash into a tree or a fucking person. When you think of basketball, you think of the Yankees. When you think of rally, you think Subaru. But from 1980 to 1990, they were sort of the Mighty Ducks before Gordon Bombay showed up. They literally only had one podium finish in 1987. Some dude named Possum Bourne got third at Rally New Zealand. Possum Bourne, Jason's dad. But in the early 90s, the gears started turning and Subaru started winning. They signed Colin McRae, ever heard of him? And halfway through the 1993 season, they ditched the bigger legacy and debuted the Impreza. The team was sponsored by State Express 555 Tobacco and wore the brand's colors of gold and blue. McRae and Ari Vatanen drove their new WRXs to place Subaru 5th in the team championship. Not bad. While the partnership between State Express and Subaru eventually ended, the WRX will forever be associated with that color scheme. The Impreza was a shortened version of the legacy formula, a recipe of which all WRXs are based on to this day. 4 doors, all-wheel drive, and a flat 4 boxer engine. The Impreza went on sale in Japan in 1992, and Subaru offered a special package for their home market. Buyers had the option of a turbocharged model called the WRX, or World Rally Experimental. Get it? Alongside that, the Japanese could also get a WRX RA, which was even more hardcore. It had no power windows, no AC, no anti-lock brakes. The States got the Impreza a year later, but we didn't get the WRX, so f*** us, right? 1994 was a big year for Subaru and the Impreza. It marked the first year Subaru participated in every round of the World Rally Championship, and they introduced an even better WRX, the STI. It had carbon fiber strut tower braces, a better intercooler, and forged pistons. The STI also had some funky looking pink badges on it. In Japan, pink is associated with cherry blossoms, which symbolize a time of renewal and the fleeting of natural life. Whatever, let's put it on a race car! Subaru won the WRC title in 1995 because Toyota was caught cheating. Colin McRae won his first WRC title that year, and Subaru went on to win 2 more consecutive championships. To celebrate the hat trick, they introduced the mother of all STIs, the Impreza 22B. It came with a functional hood scoop, flared fenders, fog light covers, a massive and functional rear wing, and of course, gold wheels. The 22B was truly a rally car for the street, and Subaru only made 424 of them. I would do terrible things for one of these. Unimaginable things. After 10 years of holding out on us Americans, Subaru finally gave us the WRX in 2002, and it changed the entire landscape of the American auto industry. Not only did it become one of the most popular cars in tuner culture, it proved to every car company that there was a market for fun, affordable, i.e. turbo cars in America. Look at the options in the American market before the WRX. Eclipse. We spent the 90s wondering why Japan didn't send the best they had to offer to the States, and with the WRX, we finally got it. Lancer Evo, Focus RS, Golf R, and just this year, finally, the Civic Type R. None of these would be available to us if it weren't for the WRX. The new age Impreza, or Bug-Eye, made 227 horsepower and had comparable performance to the Audi S4 and BMW 3 Series, which Subaru made a big deal about in their advertising for the WRX. Of all the Imprezas, it's the cutest, and it's one of the best looking wagons ever. In 2004, they gave the Bug-Eye a facelift and America got the STI, this time powered by Subaru's EJ25 2.5 liter engine. The turbocharger made 14.5 pounds of boost and pushed the engine to 300 horsepower. The exterior was designed by Peter Stevens, who was responsible for the Lotus Esprit and McLaren F1. His resume is almost as impressive as mine. The WRX got another refresh in 2006 with the release of the Hawkeye models, as I like to call them, the pig-nosed WRX. For some reason in 2005 and 2006, WRX was also offered as a Saab in the form of the 92X Aero. It's essentially the same car but had different sheet metal and was only offered as a wagon. The next Impreza, released in 2008, got another redesign, and this time around it was less edgy than the previous cars. Subaru wanted the Impreza to be a little more similar to the mainstream competition like the Mazda 3. The new WRX had softer suspension and less aggressive looks. Also, the STI was only offered as a hatchback and fans weren't happy about it. Honestly, if I were to get an STI, it would be this one. I think it looks awesome. Subaru admitted that they went too far trying to gain mainstream appeal with the WRX and upgraded the next year's model with new suspension and 265 horsepower. At least you admit you're wrong. In 2011, a little company called Cosworth got their hands on the STI, and they did something magical. They gave it 365 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. It did 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds and had brakes so good that you had to duct tape around your eyes to keep them in the sockets when you stopped. The Cosworth CS400 was a monster. Unfortunately, only 75 were only produced, so I guess quality over quantity. Subaru continued to make the hatchback WRX until 2014 when they debuted the newest sedan design. Some fans say it's way too tame for the WRX's heritage, while other people argue that the old ones were ugly anyway and this is a step in the right direction. Whatever your opinion is, it's a good car. The 2015 model got a new twin-scroll turbo making 268 horsepower and a 6-speed gearbox. Subaru proved this potential the next year by taking a modified 600 horsepower STI to the Isle of Man. The Isle of Man is one of the most batshit races on Earth. The drivers and motorcycle guys fly around the island. Its 37-mile course is friggin' nuts. The Psycho Subi did it in just under 18 minutes, setting a new world record. Despite the WRX's frequent design changes through the years, one thing remains apparent. It's just fucking cool. It made it acceptable to offer hood scoops, big wings, and noisy brakes from the factory. They brought companies down to our level. They listen. And sometimes that's all it takes to make a huge impact. Dad? The WRX has earned such a devoted following because it strikes a unique balance between niche focus and wide appeal. It attracts a driver who wants something a little funky but familiar, ostentatious but accomplished. You want a rally-inspired ride Colin McRae would feel right at home in? No problem. Want to slam it to the ground and rule the car meet, vape boy? Go right ahead. You can go as crazy as you want to because at the end of the day, the WRX can back it up. It's a really great car, even if your mom doesn't get it. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, James Pumphrey. We get a lot of messages asking, hey, how do I work for Donut? And that's awesome because we're always looking for new people. We need editors, writers, biz dev people, guys who know about data, graphic designers, animators, illustrators. Now, you might be thinking, I really like doing those things, but I don't know if my skills are quite up to par. I've been there. But luckily, there's a little thing called Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with over 16,000 pro AF and easy to understand classes in film, writing, design, illustrating. It's all the jobs that we need here at Donut, and it'll teach you how to be good at them. For example, this class by Wild Rabbit Productions, they will teach you how to fly a freaking drone. People need drone operators, and these Skillshare classes can show you how to do it without crashing a million drones. I'm not just pushing this on you guys, I freaking use it. I'm learning how to make logos right now. All you have to do is click the link below. The first 300 people will get a free 2-month trial to Skillshare. You know how much cool stuff you can learn in 2 months? You could start your own freaking channel, and then we'd be enemies. Just do it. Click the link, get skilled with Skillshare. I'll frickin' dare you, dude. I dare you to come work with us.